Hello students, today we are discussing the type of atoms known as isotopes and isobars. We will take one by one. First of all, I want to recall subatomic particles of atoms. All of us know they are electrons, protons and neutrons. These are three subatomic particles of atom. Electrons E are negatively charged, P positively charged and small n they have no charge. And if you want to know the mass of these subatomic particles, relative mass, it is taken as 1 upon 1840 AMU. This is 1 AMU and this is also 1 AMU. That is the mass of electron is quite less in comparison to these two. This is one thing. Now if we want to know which of these subatomic particle identifies the atom, which one is the important for an atom and which one of these identifies a atom. So let's see. I take, suppose this is an atom of hydrogen. Hydrogen, you must be knowing the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 and atomic number of hydrogen is also 1. This is the first element of periodic table. So this is the atom, this is nucleus. This nucleus has 1 proton. This is proton and 1 electron is present which is revolving around in this fixed orbit. This is the only element, hydrogen is the only element which does not have a neutron. So this is 1 proton and 1 electron. It makes a atom of hydrogen. Suppose I am having some electrons here. These are electrons. Suppose these are electrons. Then I am having some neutrons. These are neutrons and some protons. These are some protons. If I add, these are electrons, these are neutrons and these are protons. If I add 1 electron here, from here I take 1 and put it here in this atom. Then what will happen? This atom is still a hydrogen atom, but it has 1 negative charge on this. Now it becomes a charged, what we call it, charged species, or this atom has 1 negative charge on it, or we can say it is an anion, or it is a negatively charged ion. We can say it is a negatively charged ion, it is a charged species and it is an anion. Why? Because this electron which we added is negatively charged, but still the atom is of hydrogen. What next? Its chemical properties are changed. Why the chemical properties are changed? Because these electrons, they take part in chemical reaction. If 1 more electron is there, then it has certain other chemical properties than the normal hydrogen atom which has only 1 electron. So this is how, if electrons are added, then hydrogen atom does not change. It becomes a charged species, but it is still a hydrogen atom. Next, suppose instead of this electron, I add 1 neutron. Suppose 1 neutron is added. This is neutron then what will happen? Still the atom is hydrogen atom, but its mass will be different, as this neutron has certain mass, but still it is a hydrogen atom. Suppose I put one more neutron, two neutrons are there, still it is a hydrogen atom, but its mass is different. So by adding neutrons, the its neutral character, it does not change. It is still a neutral atom, but its mass is different, and these neutrons, they add only the mass, still the atom is of hydrogen atom, and its characters are not changed. Some physical characters are changed, physical properties are changed as the mass is increased. The chemical properties, they remain same. So this is about neutron. Now if I add one proton or two protons to this atom of hydrogen, what will happen? Suppose I add one proton. So what will happen? What properties will be changed? It is totally different now. Now it is no more a hydrogen atom. It is not a hydrogen atom. Now it becomes, this is also a proton, this is also a proton. If it has two protons, now it becomes helium. Total, the element is changed. Before it was hydrogen, now it is helium. Suppose one more proton is added, it has three, then it is lithium. Altogether different element, now it becomes lithium with three protons. With two protons it is helium. It is hydrogen only if it has only one proton. So what does it mean? It means that out of these three subatomic particles, neutrons are the subatomic particle protons are the subatomic particles which identify an atom. Number of proton is atomic number. So the atomic number of different elements is different. Protons are the identifying particles of an atom. So this is how these particles, they define atom. Now next we want to know, we have seen here that neutrons, they form isotopes. What are these isotopes and how these neutrons, they form isotopes? This is isotope. We will discuss first what are isotopes. Isotopes are the atoms of same element. So first I will write, they are the atoms of same element. This is one thing. Second, they have same atomic number. Atomic number is same. And third important, they have different atomic masses. So these are three properties of isotopes. They are the atoms of same elements. You can write here atoms of, first is they are the atoms of same element. Second, they have same atomic number. And third, they have different atomic masses. Now if I write atomic number, what is atomic number? It is number of protons. And if I write atomic mass, what is atomic mass? It is number of protons plus number of neutrons. So in these isotopes, number of protons, they are same because they have same atomic number. So if the number of proton is atomic number, so number of proton is same in isotopes, but number of neutrons, they vary. They change from one atom to other, and then isotopes are formed. So we will see here with this example how these isotopes are changed. These are three atoms of hydrogen. Hydrogen atom, these are three hydrogen atoms. What we can see here? We can see that this atom has one proton and one electron. So we can write it like this: hydrogen atom. This is, here we will write A, here we will write Z. A is mass, Z is number. So what is the mass of this hydrogen atom? 1 is the mass, and atomic number is also 1. Atomic mass is 1, atomic number is 1. So we write is H11, superscript and subscript. Now see this is also hydrogen, as only one proton is there, but here one neutron is also there. So the atomic mass is number of proton plus number of neutron, 1 plus 1, 2, but the atomic number is number of proton, so it is 1. Now this is also hydrogen. 1, 2, 3 is the atomic mass. 1 proton and 2 neutron, so 3 will be the atomic mass, and atomic number is 1, as number of proton is 1. So these we call as isotopes of hydrogen. Why they are isotopes? Because they are the atoms of same element. Element is hydrogen here. They have same atomic number. 1, 2, 3. All are having 1, 1, 1. The atomic number is same. They have different atomic masses. How? This has 1 mass, this has 2 mass, this has 3 mass. So the number, these isotopes, they are formed due to the variability or due to the difference in neutrons. Here neutron is altogether absent, here 1 is present, and here 2 are present. Special names are given to the isotopes of hydrogen. This is known as protium, this is known as deuterium, and this is known as tritium. So this is protium or normal hydrogen, deuterium and tritium. So these are three isotopes of hydrogen. They are found in nature, and sometimes we call them as heavy hydrogen. Why? Because their mass is more than this hydrogen. There are other isotopes of many other elements are also there in nature, found in nature. Very common are carbon, carbon 12, or you can write it here, carbon 12 and carbon 14. These are two isotopes of carbon. This is known as radioactive carbon. Both have same atomic number 6, and this carbon is having 14, that is 2 more neutron than this. So this is isotope of carbon. There are other also like oxygen. Oxygen has atomic number 16 and 8. Here 18 and 8. 2 more neutrons are there. So this is heavy oxygen. These are isotopes of oxygen. So, and chlorine, most common isotopes are chlorine 35 and 17, 37 and 17. This is the atomic mass, this is the atomic number. It has 2 neutrons more than this, and these are isotopes of chlorine. So you must be knowing that atomic mass of chlorine we took as 35.5 AMU. Why? Is it in fraction? It cannot be in fraction because atomic mass is number of proton and number of neutron. So neither proton nor neutron can be half. It will be full. Then why we are taking it as 35.5? Why it is in fraction? The answer is this is in fraction because in nature these two types of isotopes of chlorine are present and they have certain percentage in nature. This is the average of the atomic masses of the percentage of these two types of isotopes, which comes to 35.5. We will see how it comes to 35.5. This 35 chlorine, it is found 75% in nature and 25% atoms of this chlorine, heavy chlorine, are found in nature. So the atomic mass of C35 17 particles will be how much? 35 into 75 upon 100. So the atomic mass, the percentage of atomic mass of this type of particles will be this. It will be 105 upon 5. So much atomic mass of this type of particle will be in nature. And what about this? We can calculate this here. 37 into 25, their percentage is 25 upon 100. So it will be 37 upon 4. So much atomic mass is of the heavy particles. So if we take an average of these two, atomic mass average, this is the average of atomic masses in nature, is what was there? 105 upon 4 plus 37 upon 4 is equal to 142 upon 4 is equal to 30.55 AMU. So this is the atomic mass of chlorine we take in general because this is the average of the atoms which are found in nature in 75% and 25%. So that's why we take for chlorine 35.5 AMU atomic mass. So now we have seen different types of isotopes of different atoms and there are some uses also. What are the uses of isotopes? Where they are used? First of all, if we talk about C14, carbon radioactive isotopes, it is used for knowing the age of old trees. By knowing how much radioactive carbon is there, we can know the age of old trees. Second, cobalt 60 is an isotope of cobalt. It is used in cancer treatment. Then uranium U-235. Uranium 235 is used as fuel in nuclear reactors. Then again some more, iodine 131 is used as a medicine, as a treatment for goiter. You know goiter, when this neck is swelled up, then goiter is there due to when thyroxine is not formed from thyroid glands, then goiter is formed, and iodine 131 is used for the treatment in goiter. So these are some uses of these isotopes. So now you know what are isotopes. Isotopes are the atoms of same element, have same atomic number but different atomic masses. So these are isotopes. Now the second, we will see what are isobars. Isobars are altogether different than isotopes. Iso means same and bar is for mass, that they have same mass. So what is the definition of isobars? Isobars are the atoms of different elements. So first, what we should write? They are the atoms of different elements. Second, they have different atomic numbers. Different atomic numbers. And third, they have same atomic masses. They have same atomic masses. So these are isobars. Isotopes, they have different masses but same atomic number. Here they are having different atomic numbers and same atomic masses. How will you remember this? These are, first remember, these are different elements. If elements are different, then atomic numbers will be automatically different. The example we take here is chlorine, potassium, no, argon. Chlorine, argon, potassium and calcium. If we take these four elements, the atomic number here is 17, 18, 19 and 20. But all have the mass as 40, 40, 40, 40. So these are isobars. They have different atomic numbers 17, 18, 19, 20 but same atomic mass 40, 40, 40, 40. So what does it mean? Chlorine must be having how many protons? I will write here protons and neutrons. So how many protons chlorine is having? 17 and neutron 40 minus 17, 23. This is having protons 18 and neutrons 22. It is having protons 19 and neutrons 21. 20 protons and 20 neutrons. So you can see number of proton is different because these are the elements of different, these are the atoms of different elements, and number of neutrons is also different. But what is same? This total P plus N is equal to same, which is atomic mass. So atomic mass is same. So these are known as isobars, and this is one of the examples. There are other isobars also, and now you know isotopes. So this is all for today. Thank you.